This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so already I have explained that this My Bandhu My Online Education, this company is registered in India, and whenever we are conducting any training, okay, and we are following some rules here. So what we are doing, when I'm explaining any module, okay, so we are following all the best practice scenarios explanation, and we are taking some real-time business scenarios from the industry and following to explain that. And how, what is the need of or need of implementation of these scenarios, and how it is helping us from the business perspective, and how we can execute the business transactions, and further how we can do the configuration. So this is a complete package to understand the product. And in this particular module, in this training, we will provide you some study material, specific study material for that specific areas, and all the recorded session will keep it in our system. This you can access through our system, or you can access through app also. Okay, so this is just some brief. So what exactly I have included in this demo, I'll explain real estate lifecycle management. Okay, and then I'll go for the business process in SAP ReFx. Then I'll show you some reports available in ReFx. If time permits, I'll just go for integration with other modules, just idea, and we can discuss course contents further. Okay. So first, when we are going to understand REFX, that's your real estate management. Okay. So the question comes, what is a real estate exactly? Real estate business meaning. Okay. So if you are in India, real estate means like you are talking about any construction plus real estate company, where the companies are doing construction also and they are managing the properties. So real estate business in India means like construction plus management of the properties. Like if you see that Shobha, or let's say Hiranandani, all these companies, what they are doing, they're constructing, and they're leasing the projects. They are leasing their product. Okay. But outside of India, if you see, the real estate means like only the managing the properties. Okay, where they are doing lease in and lease out. That is purely lease in and lease out. So this product also is designed based on that. Okay. Here, construction, like out of India, the construction business is separate, and managing the properties means that a real estate business is separate. So this module, REFX and SAP, is designed specifically only to manage the properties. Okay, these things we need to consider when we are going to understand this module first. Okay. So here, outside of India, the construction, that is separate, and real estate managing properties separate. That is the first part. Okay. And when we are understanding this complete, where exactly we stand within this SAP. So as we are aware that our latest version of SAP is SAP S4HANA. Okay. And from starting, like from day one when REFX was introduced, this was the part of the core system. Core system means it was already available with the core system when it was delivered to the client. So there was no need to keep it as an add-on. Okay, so by default this will be available, and even license of this product, this module will also be included with your core system itself. There is no need to take a separate license. Okay, but some of functionality which was added at later stage, that may require some additional licensing. So when we are understanding broadly, okay, when we are saying, let's say, let's understand SAP S4HANA box, the REFX, it is tightly integrated with FICO, financial and controlling. Okay, that is tightly integrating. All your accounting will be taken care between REFX and FICO. To manage your properties in the maintenance perspective, it is going to integrate with plant maintenance. Okay, and to manage the project when you are in the stage of construction, and if you want to just manage some of properties, or let's say if you are within the property and within property you want to manage some project, in that case you can go via project system integration. Okay, there are some other ways to integrate with other modules also, but these are the three modules where REFX is going to integrate tightly. Okay, this is real estate lifecycle management. When we are understanding from the business perspective, okay, just to understand the complete real estate business process, how it is started, it is starting from acquire. Okay, then it is going to the development, and then it is going to operate and then divest. So these are some typical transactions, typical activities which we are doing in a particular phase. Okay, for example, when we are in the stage of acquiring, for example, let's say I'm the real estate company and I just want to start a real estate. I just want to expand my business, for example. Okay, and I just want to add some properties in my portfolio, and then we'll start to lease it out, for example. So for first, what I need to do, I need to acquire the property, okay, which will have some certain activities which we need to perform, like identifying asset for acquisition. So asset is nothing; it is just I'm taking a reference of the property, okay, and then evaluating the investment alternatives, then raising the financing, then negotiation the purchase and transferring the ownership. So this is the initial stage when just we are shortlisting the property to purchase and we are negotiating it and finalizing, and then once it is finalized, then we are doing the registration or whatever the legal activities are there. Okay, this we are calling is a transferring to ownership. Okay, once it is coming in our asset, then it is going to develop. Okay, so develop, like you may require to develop for some other purpose. For example, if you have acquired any property and you just want to make it for commercial purpose, let's say if you want to convert into hotel or let's say some other property, so this is the stage where you are just developing it, expanding. So obtaining permit, then planning the construction project, executing the construction project, managing subcontracting, managing the construction financing. We can understand in different perspective. Let's say if you have in first stage itself, you are not acquiring a complete building, you are just acquiring a plot, for example. And in this is the stage in development where you are just doing some development activity like construction activities. Okay, so here I'm taking a case, typical case as per the Indian business. Okay, how real estate companies are working. So what we are doing, we are obtaining initial permits and then we are going for the design. Okay, we are doing some initial planning, then it is going for the next stage of procurement, then we are executing it, and then we are, once it is finalized, then it is going to hand over to the team which the team who will manage these properties. So this will be part of operate. Okay, so this is the place where we are just, let's say this is our own asset and we are leasing it out. So this is the place where your accounting for lease out will start, so where you will have the contract with your customers. Okay, and then you will have contract, and then these contract will be executed every month. Okay, to for the billing. So here is the place where generating and managing tenant leads, managing the tenant application to lease process, service tenant request for maintenance, improvement, and development. So what is that exactly? When your, let's say your customer is using that and you are responsible to manage this property for the maintenance perspective. So this is the place where you need to just maintain this property. Okay, and all the further maintenance has to be taken by my internal team. The next is a collecting rent, then managing the lease ending activities, then refurbishing and preparing the units for the next tenant. So let's say if it is for short term, 1 year or 2 years, so when it is going to vacate, then whatever the refurbishment is required before taking the next tenant, that activities has to be taken care. So this all is coming as a part of operate. And then finally, divest is where you are going to sell it, dispose it. I can say like when you are selling this asset. So identifying potential buyer where you want to sell it and then preparing the asset for sale, then negotiating the sales terms and transferring ownership to the new owner. So this I have taken a typical life cycle of any real estate business and how exactly it is going to manage in your SAP. That I just want to make a reference. Okay. So how it is starting? It is starting from acquire and it is going to be and at divest. Okay, where you have just sold your property. Okay. So here in SAP we are having a multiple modules which is need to be implemented in a certain area. Okay, to manage your complete life cycle of this real estate. So as I told, your real estate module is going to applicable only to manage your property here, operate only. Rest of things has to be taken into other modules. Okay, like acquire, because we don't have this functionality available directly in ReFx. Develop, this functionality is not available. Divest, it's not there. Only we can just manage our property here in ReFx. Apart from that, wherever it is going to integrate, that also need to manage with different modules like plant maintenance and project system. Okay, so I'll take you through the next slide where I will explain how exactly we can manage this entire process of real estate into SAP. Okay, here just open to understand from the different module perspective. So when we are going to acquire, like a stage of acquire, here I'm saying, let's say investment and construction, where I just need to understand as a real estate company that what exactly we are going to invest. Okay, and what exactly we need to construct. So what happened, let's say if I'm taking example of Shobha or Godrej. Okay, so Godrej, when they are start to construct any project, for example, okay, what they need to do, they need to understand the market. Okay, that what kind of project they are supposed to launch in this particular area and what kind of customer they are targeting in that area. So these activities, we call it as a pre-investment analysis, where the expert has to understand the market and they need to decide that where exactly they are going to take a new project and what will be my investment. Okay, and if I'm going to keep this much of cost in this project, okay, how exactly it will be beneficial for us. So net present value and all these things they are going to calculate. How much will my payback period, all these things they need to understand, and then they are only deciding to go forward. So this is a proposal, or you can say initial idea submission, and then it is going to next stage once it is approved, and then it is going for the construction. So this activity of like how we are managing our proposal, idea submission, and initial approval, construction, planning, then all these things we are managing in the project system and EPM. We are calling this module is SAP EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio and Project Management, which is having three major modules called EPM, Portfolio Project Management, Project System, and CPM, Commercial Project Management. Okay, so this is the phase when we are just doing pre-investment analysis, approval, okay, and then construction. So once construction is ready, once your product is ready, then only it will go to the next stage to sell or to lease out. So what these companies are doing, let's say if I'm taking an example of Godrej, they are selling some of product, some of units, some of they are keeping for themselves. If I take example, let's say if they are developing a complete township, so in that township they are selling all the residential units, but commercial units they are keeping with them. So what they will do, they will do sales and marketing in this stage. Okay, so here they will do the campaigning, they will promote their product, okay, track and qualify leads. So all these activity they will do, and here SAP is helping through CRM and SD. CRM is customer relationship management, where we can manage all our customer data, or you can say prospect data, who is just inquiring. Okay, we'll keep all their details, and once it is finalized, then we are selling it at the same time. Okay, and then whatever we are keeping, we will keep it us to manage in the next stage. Here SD is helping us to just sales for the sales purpose. So whatever the units we are keeping with us, that we are managing it through lease and space management. Here ReFx is helping us. Okay, so let's say if I am being like, if we are the Godrej company, okay, and we have just constructed one commercial arcade, and I am having some shops, and we just want to lease it out. So what we need to do, we need to do the campaign for that, and then when any prospect is coming, we are keeping all this detail with us, and whatever is suitable for them, just we are showing them. Okay, and when we are showing, same time we are just negotiating. Okay, this is my rent. Okay, these are the condition. If it is okay for you, we can go ahead. So this stage or this particular process, we are calling it as a real estate search. Okay, so real estate search is nothing, just we are just searching the units as per my customer requirement in my database. Okay, and once it is searched as per their requirement, we are creating a contract offer. So this is a offer, just this is the things which we are going to provide. So this offered contract will have all the conditions, but it will not be final contract. Once it is finalized, then it will be legal binding. Okay, and then further it will go every month to manage your property. So this is one just small things I have taken. We are having multiple scenarios within this state, lease and space management, where maintenance will be there, service charge, okay, and other activities also there. Then these things will be taken care into REFX and FICO along with that project system and plant maintenance. Next is maintenance and repair, where you can, you being a facility management company, can manage your properties from the maintenance purpose. Okay, and finally it will go for the divest. So that is again will come in the FICO, where you can manage all these things in your system. Okay, so here if you see the complete life cycle of real estate management, okay, it is being managed in different modules. It is starting from EPPM, then going to CRMSD, and then it is coming to REFX and FICO, and then plant maintenance, and finally again it is going to FICO side. So here we will concentrate especially on REFX here. Okay, so if you have any question from this, just let me know, please. I'll just try to answer it, and then we'll go for the next slide.
Uh, Hi, I have a question.
Yeah.
Maybe better to understand this. Uh, Sales and marketing in the stage where SAP is maintaining the data with CRM, you said. So, is it a part of current integration which SAP is going to have it, or there is a separate integration for that?
Yes. So here see SD is a part of core, okay, but
Mm-hmm.
CRM is C4, okay. That is again another system now,
Yes. Okay.
okay.
Yep. Thank you.
So here this maintenance and repair, we are calling it as a EM also. Generally, we are calling this as a plant maintenance module, okay. But EM, that is a new terminology, enterprise asset management, came after S4HANA. In business, this was there, but generally in now SAP S4HANA also we have fully used this terminology EM, okay, which is having again a group of or collection of multiple modules within it. So here in EM, we are having plant maintenance, we are having work clearance management, which we are calling as a PTW, permit to work also. This module is helping us to take a PTW, means permit to work in a very hazardous area. For example, let's say if you are doing any maintenance for any electricity, okay, which is relevant to your electricity, so you need to take a shutdown. So for that, there is an approval process. This has to be managed. Okay, this is specifically we are managing within EM. Now, so as I've already explained, this real estate life cycle management, this complete cycle is
Uh,
coming. Yeah.
Sorry, I have a question that regarding the previous slide. I thought this common area maintenance expenses, consumption related cost is part of REFX. It's not part of REFX. Is it service charge settlements only, right? Those are,
Yes, yes, yes. It's a part of REFX.
but it is given as EAM. So I'm just want to know what is that EAM means here. Yeah.
Which line here? This area, lease and space management provider, or here maintenance and repair provider?
Maintenance and repair. You say the energy consumption related cost for each facility, recover expenses for common area maintenance. Those two
See,
are settlement charges or not? Those are
see, actually, there
service
is a
charge.
process where there you are correct. See, this process comes within REFX, but this we
Hmm.
are going to understand with the help of plant maintenance. Okay, because
Okay.
what we are doing when we are creating, because when we, let's say, what how it is when you are giving let's say this reading of electricity or water charges, right? So this has to be
Correct.
created as a equipment in maintenance, in plant maintenance only, okay, and then we need to create a document. So these things comes within plant maintenance. Being a REFX consultant, you supposed to understand that, but sometimes in some
Mhm.
of project this is not responsibility of REFX guy. Okay, but core, it comes within plant maintenance.
Oh, it comes plant maintenance. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's the object of plant maintenance only. But we are using an REFX. This one we are just using.
okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So next, when we are going to understand this full cycle, okay, let's come to just a simple understanding of REFX, how it is started. Okay. So let's say your building is ready. Okay. So the first thing which we need to do, we need to prepare our master data. Okay. So building, what will be my master data here? Finally, we are going to rent out or rent in. For example, let's say I'm just considering ourselves as a real estate company and we are leasing it out. I'm taking a simple scenario. In that case, we need to first prepare the master data. Okay. So there will be a specific master data in REFX. Okay. And finally, if I'm taking a residential units, that finally my flat will be my residential unit. Oh, sorry, rental unit. Okay. Which is exact, you can say, the object which is going to rent it out. We'll understand in my next slide this, but this is just to understand that master data has to be prepared in first stage. Okay. And then once it is prepared, then we'll go for the marketing. Okay. Or parallel, we can go for the marketing, but yes, once your data is ready, you can go for the marketing. So this is the place where you are keeping all the details in your system. Okay. And let's say any prospect is inquiring about any unit to take it on rent. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll maintain their data. Okay. We'll take their name, we'll keep their address. Okay. What is their preference? How many BHK, like they need a 2 BHK or 1 BHK, what kind of preference they need, like they need it near to railway station or metro station. Okay. All these details we'll maintain in the system. Okay. Marketing stage itself. So here, this initial data we can maintain in REFX also, this marketing data, I mean, directly, or in some of places you can integrate with CRM system also. Okay, this is completely, we can integrate this part. And once, let's say, once you have maintained all these details and your prospect is need to just view the unit, so you will arrange for viewing the unit and then you will do the negotiation that this is my rent. Okay, all the conditions will be maintained and how much will be my rent and all these details will be maintained here, and then we will offer it. Okay, next. So here, offer, we are calling it as contract offer, offered contract. And once it is done, let's say he's ready to just take it, we will convert the same offered contract into the contract. Okay, then it will become a final contract, legal binding, and then it will go for the billing accounting. So every month we need to execute the transaction to send a bill, and then he has to pay, customer has to pay the rent. Okay, so here accounting entry will happen. And then if he need to vacate, so he can give us a notice, or from our side also, we can give a notice, which is already mentioned here in that contract, that how many months or how many days in advance we can give the notice to vacate the unit. So here, if it is vacated, if it is terminated, okay, then it will go for the same cycle again, or it will go for the automatic renewal, or it is a manual renewal also. So both the provision we are having here. And then again, it will go for the same cycle. So this is a typical cycle within REFX, flexible real estate management. There are different things which we need to understand in this complete cycle. Okay. So first is property master setup, where we are setting up the product like site, building, land, and rental unit. Leasing scenarios we are having. This is just, I've taken some of scenarios here. New lease, if it is a renewal, if it is a pre-termination, extension of the same lease, holdover, let's say you can hold it. Okay, transfer of lease and then sublet. Similarly, leasing processes here. Okay, and then rent structure. I'll not go much in this deep because just I need to explain this process here. So here I have taken some of business process typically which we are having here in REFX. Okay, when we are going to understand, or when, let's say, when we are getting the system in my hand to just implement what exactly we supposed to understand as the initial level. Okay, and then how we need to go further to understand the different business processes. Just some of I have taken. It's not a full list. List will be followed as per your syllabus content, course content, whatever is given. But this just to understand that what exactly we are having in REFX here. So the first thing is initial settings, okay, which has to be done from SAP REFX side, and some of settings has to be done from the SAP FICO side, okay. And then you will set the master data. In SAP REFX, we are having two different views of master data. One is a usage view, another is a architecture view. I'll explain what is usage view master data in my next slide. The real estate search, this is the process which is helping us to just search the best suitable units as per my prospects requirement, and then we are creating a contract offer, and finally it is going to convert into contract. Okay, then in a lease out process, we are having a lease in process where if we need a space or if we need any unit on rent, then we can ask to our vendor to provide, and then we will have a contract as a customer with my vendor. We are having status management. Okay, this is a typical process of managing any object in SAP where we can control the transactions, we can control the process flows, workflows in SAP. Accounting and contract, where we are doing the accounting based on the scenarios, whether it is a lease in, lease out, service charge, settlement, sale based, whatever it is. Next is facility management, which is being used to manage our facility from the maintenance perspective. Service charge settlement, where we are just charging where we are charging for my services provided into my property. Okay, so this may be your utility charges, okay, or whatever the facility you are providing. Based on that, you can ask the service charges. The next is sale based scenario, where you can set your rent based on the sales. Okay, let's say you can keep some minimum amount as a basic rent, and if it is going more than that, you can fix some percentage, that some ROI based on that tenant has to pay the contract, sorry, the rent. It happens in like in highly valued shops like airport, or in the restaurants like the MacD and all these Pizza Hut, all these the restaurants are paying with the same salaries. So the first things comes, like when we are starting REFX, the first thing is master data. We need to understand the master data first. Okay, so I'm just taking a scenario. I'm just taking a master data from usage view perspective. Okay, so we are having two views of master data here. First is a usage view, another is the architecture view. Usage view is must if you are going for the different scenarios. I'll tell you there are some again conditions, but at initial stage, just understand that in a usage view is must to just go for lease in or lease out scenarios. So here, the first object is site. We are calling it as a business entity also. So what exactly we are having a business entity? Let's say I am the company, Godrej company, okay, and they have started one township here in Noida, for example. Okay, so this township, complete township, we can consider it as a business entity, BE. Okay, and then the next object is building. What will be the building? Whatever the tower is going to be constructed here, this will become a building here. So tower A, tower B, tower C, tower D, these all are my buildings. Okay, and let's say if they are having some open space which they want to lease out, for example, they can have some extra parking space which they want to lease out. So this will be created as a land here. Okay, and further in this building, let's say this tower BU, further in this tower, we can go to rent out a particular flat, okay, apartment. That is my rental unit here. That is my rental unit. So first is business entity, which is site, then building, okay, which is my building, and then rental unit, which is my apartment, which is my flat. And next, pooled space. What is that? Like in same building, you may have some open space. For example, let's say in same building, in ground floor, you are having some commercial area. Okay, let's say you are saying that entire ground floor I'll give on for commercial purpose. So in that particular area, you can say this is a complete pooled space. And pooled space, you can extract rental space which is going to be exactly rented out. You can see this scenario in malls. Like in malls corridors, they are having small shops. Okay, so what they are doing, they are creating a complete pooled space as a corridor, this one, and a particular area they are giving it on rent. Okay, so finally we are going to lease it out, this rental space. And similarly here we are going to rent it out, rental unit. This is I'm taking a typical scenario. But if you want, you can rent it out a complete building also, because this is also account assignment. So here all these objects are account assignment. Business entity is account assignment, building is account assignment, rental unit is account assignment, and rental space is also account assignment. Okay, so this hierarchy we need to follow, and this is a fixed hierarchy. You cannot do that building you will create first and then site, and then under that you will create a rental unit. No, the sequence of all objects is a fixed, and we need to follow the same. Okay, if we want to create a rental unit, we supposed to have building or land. We supposed to have this one. Similarly, we need to, if you want to create a building, you have to create first site, then only you can create a building. And this entire things is going to assign to the company. So everything, whatever you are going to do, whatever the master data you are going to create here, for usage view, it has to be aligned with your company code. Okay. So what you can do, let's say in the same organization, if you are having multiple companies, okay, let's say this is a group of companies, and in this group of companies, you are having different companies. So in SAP itself, you can say this company is applicable for ReFx only, but this is not. So this means you can use all ReFx scenarios here in this company code only, not other than this company code. Yep.
So here, a site is a company code, or how is it maintained here?
Company is a company code. Let's say if I'm saying my
Oh,
company code
company
is
is a company code
1100.
because
Okay,
yeah, because
1100.
we
I'm
have
saying Godrej. Yeah, Godrej group of companies. This is the one group, and within that I am having Godrej property. This is my company code. Godrej consumer. That is the other company code. Godrej electronics. That is the other company code. So what I'm doing in particular Godrej properties, I will use for property management. So that company code we are going to align, and then under that only we are going to create all this master data. So my ReFx object will manage under that only.
so here if you come to the org structure, company code is Godrej, and below Godrej you don't have anything in the org structure with respect to say configuration. Everything is a master data here: site, building, land.
Yeah. We don't have any specific enterprise structure here or org structure.
Okay, so it's everything is at a company code level only.
Yes. Everything is based on the company code.
Understood. Yeah, and then it's all CO here basically,
Yeah.
right? Where you're maintaining your either cost center or profit center, etc.
Yeah.
So do you link any
So
kind of cost assignments here at the site, building?
yes, you can assign cost center, you can assign profit center.
Right.
This will be
Okay.
linked. This will be linked there.
That would be linked. Okay, understood.
So let's say if I'm taking a typical example here, this is my rental unit which I'm going to rent it out. Okay, and here I'm having one customer. Okay, so this customer has to create as a BP, business partner. Okay, so this you can create directly from CRM system or directly into core system as a BP. And when you are creating a contract, so this has to be between this customer, okay, and this unit. So this unit is account assignment. Okay, rest of things your accounting entries will happen.
Probably you may have to tell the team what is account assignment. I believe most of them don't know.
Yeah. Account assignment wherever you can do the postings. So that is my account assignment. So posting, let's say if you are saying cost center is account assignment, right? Where you can do the posting. Similarly, if I'm understanding from the maintenance perspective, order is my account assignment where you can do the posting. WBS is account assignment object. Similarly, here rental unit is account assignment where I can do the postings.
Perfect. Yeah.
So this I have just taken some of screenshot to understand that, but I can show you directly in the system also to just take an idea how it looks. Okay, I'll take you to my system. Okay, then I'll come back here into my slide. So this is my system. Okay, this you will access through remote desktop connection. Okay, let me log in here. Okay. So here in ReFx, we are having very limited apps in S4HANA. Okay. So we will perform all these transactions directly through GUI to understand better functionalities. Okay, because still when we are using the applications, there is still some of functionality which you cannot perform. Okay, there in the application. So here we will go with the GUI, graphical user interface. So when you log in into system, here in accounting you can find your REFX, flexible real estate management. Okay, within this you will have entire data here, master data, contract, real estate search, room reservation and long-term seating arrangement. Respective folder you will see the transactions. When we are starting from master data, let us understand here, go to master data, and this is the transaction RE80 which we are going to use widely. Okay, apart from that, we can use this single transaction to create master data, but RE80 where you can create almost all the master data in one transaction, or apart from master data even you can perform the transaction also. So this is an enjoy transaction. Generally we used to call where we can access a multiple transaction in the same transaction code. We are calling it as enjoy transaction. So RE80 you can directly double click here to access transaction, or you can enter here in the transaction area. So RE80. So whoever is new to SAP, I would like to tell here, whenever you are performing any transaction, you need to do it through transaction code. Okay. So RE80 is the transaction code through which we are going to access this transaction. Okay. In SAP S4HANA, we have converted these transactions into application app. Okay. And I'll show you how the screen also looks in S4HANA, but let us understand from here first. So when you are performing this transaction RE80, you double click here, it will take you here. Okay. And once you, so here it is showing RE navigator. Okay. And you can see all the object detail here, object hierarchy here, and detail is here in this area. Okay. So let's say if I want to see only the business entity, okay, apart from that business entity, what object you can see here, company code, contract, business entity, land, building, rental object, all this data, respective document or object you can navigate in this transaction. So I'll just go simply to see the business entity here. So this is one business entity which I have created for understanding purpose. Sun Breeze apartment. Double click here. Right side it will give me all the details here. So this Sunbreeze apartment comes under the company code 0001. Business entity, there is a number for this business entity. So this we can say Sunbreeze apartment means this is a township, complete township we are calling Sunbreeze apartment, and the number, technical number which we are denoting it here too. This is the name of business entity. Functions we can maintain here, what purpose we are using this business entity. Let's say is it residential, is it commercial, is it retail, what exactly it is, from which date it is valid. So when it was constructed, that is different part, but when exactly it was ready to rent it out. Okay, so this is valid from, and all assignment we can manage it here. Authorization group we can maintain here. System status and user status we are using to manage, we are using to control our transactions here. Okay, so let's say when we are creating this master data, this was CRT. Okay, and later stage it will be reviewed by the higher management or technical person. So once he is releasing, then only we are going to use this. So we can use this purposes, user status and system status. Reference factors. Okay, there are some details which we can keep it here. Regional location, what is my transport connection, all this. Infrastructure, what is the infrastructure, let's say whatever, like in understanding purpose, infrastructure, whatever the function facilities you are having there, that you can maintain here. Measurement, all measurement, what is my total area, what is my usable area, all these things you can maintain. Hosting parameters, how exactly it is going to be integrated with your CO. So profit center, all these details you can maintain here. Partner, okay, partner here, this is a master data. So you can maintain some, let's say some details of the partner who's managing this property. For example, janitor, who's managing property manager, okay, who's contact person in any emergency cases. So all these details you can maintain here. Okay, assignment, function location assignment, this is to integrate with plant maintenance. And PS assignment, this is to integrate with project system. Okay. One question comes sometimes, what is the scenario where project system is going to be used? So for example, let's say if you are having a huge building and you are constructing one, let's say one substation within that building. Okay, so substation construction is a project. So you are already having a complete building, which is your business entity, but under that you are executing a project. So you can manage that project in project system, which you can directly link here. So if you want to capture the cost, if you want to settle that complete cost of project into your building, that you can manage through project system assignment. Architecture, we'll understand how we are manage, how it is helping us to understand the architecture perspective. Resubmission and overview. It will give you the complete overview of the object. So when you are coming in left side, this is your business entity. Under that, you will see buildings. So building is Splendor Tower and Glory Tower. This is two buildings. And under that building, I'm having rental objects. So rental object, you can see RO, flat number 101, 102, 103 likewise. And when I'm clicking here, again, it will give you the complete details here. Okay, so these are the things, these are the different tabs here. And how you can access into SAP S4HANA. This is because I'm accessing it through GUI, but let me explain how you can access through Fury also. Fury, I will not be able to show you this transaction, but I'll show you other transaction how you can access. So I'm going to log into my system here through Fury.
Hi, Shankar. I do have a question.
Yeah,
Can you please go to the application SAP?
yeah, sure. 1 second. Yes, please. Can you see my screen now?
No, yeah, now it's visible. So under architectural view, you mentioned, right? So is there any feature that we can see diagrammatic representation of that floors like a CAD integration is kind of anything available there?
Yes, the functionality to integrate with CAD, it is there. Okay,
Okay.
but if you are not using CAD, let me just explain what is the purpose of keeping this option here. 1 second, just I'll give you some idea here. Okay, let me just take it down. 1 second. See here, if you see this one, okay, this we are having a fixed sequence of object. Your business entity is there, building is there. Okay, then directly we are jumping to the rental unit. Okay, so in that case, for example, if you want to do some maintenance on some floor, Let's say some tube light is broken in that particular floor, or some maintenance you require in particular floor. It is not possible to use any direct object to take a reference for that maintenance. This is just very simple example. What you are doing, this is business entity building, and directly you are going to rental unit. So what you can do, architecture object you can create as per your requirement. It's flexible. It's not fixed hierarchy. So you can do site. Okay, this is your site, and then you can create a building. Then you can create a floor. Okay, then you can create a apartment. So floor you have added here. Okay, so this kind of
Right.
help we can get it from the architecture view. And apart from that, you can directly integrate with your CAD also. It is possible, and you can integrate GIS also, GIS
Okay.
system. That functionality is there, but that is
Okay.
that is not directly available. There's some middleware we need to just implement this scenario.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Right. Thank you.
So here, this is the initial screen when we are accessing SAP S4HANA through Fury. Okay, and here in Fury, we will not execute any transaction by using transaction code directly. All the transaction code have been converted into application apps. We are calling it as a tiles also. So here you will see my home, performance management, all this, the group or category, or you can say tabs, which you can see it here. We are calling it as a space. Okay, and under the space, we supposed to have pages. Okay, here in the system, pages have been not created, but yes, when we are clicking here on the space, you will get a list of the pages, and then that particular page will have applications. So here these all are the applications. If you want to access any transaction, you just need to click on that particular application and it will take you to the transaction here. For example, create maintenance order. I don't have ReFx in this, that's why I'm just going with plant maintenance transaction. Okay, so create maintenance order. When I'm clicking here, it will take me here in this transaction. Okay, so this initial screen, basically you can execute the same transaction in IW31 in GUI system also. Okay, but here we are accessing it through Fury. You can get all this list of different tabs and tabs available here. Let's say if you just want to access your PPM system, portfolio project management, to analyze your pre-investment, then you can manage it here in the portfolio management. Okay, go to buckets, or directly you can manage it here in the initiative or your proposals, which we are calling it as a portfolio items. So this is just one idea how you can navigate into your Fury applications. Okay, and how you are accessing your data here in ReFx through GUI. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think a lot of people don't know what is Fury. Fury is the mobile version of the SAP UI.
yes, you can access your transaction into web. Okay, here
Yeah,
when you are going through GUI, graphical user interface, you need to install this SAP GUI in your local machine. Okay, then you need to add this server and then you can access the system. But by using Fury, you can access your transaction in any browser. Okay, whether it is Edge or Chrome or Internet Explorer, you can access your transactions. Okay, and it is very lightweighted also, and it is user interactive. I'll go for more detail in the Fury, what exactly, how it is exactly helping, and for organization change perspective, what area we need to just concentrate to understand. For example, let's say if organization already working in old version, and then when we are moving into ReFx, sorry, when we are moving to S4HANA in Fury, that how exactly it is helping from the user interaction perspective. Okay, that is also very important to understand here. Okay.
Shankar, I do have a question.
Yep.
So whatever the configurations part that we will be doing for the customers, that will be done in GUI, right? And
GUI.
the
Yep.
transactions part we will be giving in Fury.
Correct. Correct.
So if any customers ask that they want a GUI, will we be providing both GUI and Fury?
No.
Because
No.
if they know configurations, if they hire some consultants who are good at configurations, they can do their own configurations modifications, right?
Yes, correct. So this is not like that. Okay, purely depend on the responsibilities. Okay, so when you are deployed as a consultant, you need to take care of all the configuration, and that has to be done into GUI. Okay, that is the first part. As per S4HANA strategy, now we are not giving the access of GUI system to user. Okay, as per the
Okay.
strategy, SAP strategy, we are providing only the access of Fury because they need to perform the transaction. They no need to check any configuration or what exactly happening in the backend system, right? So being a consultant,
Yeah.
whenever we just need to open our system and need to do the configuration changes. If I take example of ReFx only, directly you can go to the transaction SPRO, okay, or directly you can access your configuration from here also. There is a transaction in customizing RECA CUST. So when you are pressing, you will see all the nodes which need to be configured here. Okay, so this transaction access only the consultant will have,
Yeah, but if
not
the
you.
customer installs the system in their premise and they would like to have their access, because some customers will hire consultants who are good at
Guru,
this kind of
Guru,
modules.
it's all
Yes.
authorizations. So they control it using authorizations. Okay. So GUI is used for both configuration as well as transactions, right? Fury is used only for the end user perspective. So and GUI is also used as an end user screen, but now as a strategy, they are moving towards complete Fury.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
but
sir.
earlier it was only GUI. So it's all authorization. So if you have the authorization to do configuration, you'll be able to do it. Otherwise, you'll only be able to access as an end user.
Right. Okay.
But,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. Let me just add one more thing here. Okay, you might have some confusion that sometimes what happen, we are having a concept of cloud and on-premise solutions. Okay, so on cloud, let's say there may be a one service provider, okay, who can give an instance to different users. For example, I'm the company, my Vandu company, okay, IT company, and I'm having the server and all these things in my premises, okay, and my company, my consultant is working to maintain this system. And if any customer is required to use SAP, what we'll do, we will give a instance to them. Okay, let's say there is one client generally we used to create for different client. We can create and we can give it to them. So in that case, the responsibility of configuration will be with us only. Okay, this is our responsibility. We will charge only to access the SAP. We will charge only to use our system. That's it. So that is called cloud solution. Another is on-premise, where as a customer you will install the SAP in your premises. Okay, you will have the server, you will bear all the cost of infrastructure, implementation, everything. Okay, so that is on-premise where your consultant only will do the implementation by changing the configuration and all. Okay, so that is another part. Just it's add on what exactly it was explained in previously. Okay.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm just jumping directly to this maintenance. Already I have explained. Just let me just explain in my words. Let's say if you are going for any, let's say I have already rented out my property and now I'm providing the facility management functionality facilities also. So how exactly it will work? Okay, you can just correlate with your one scenario. So this is the, let's say, Sunbreeze apartment. Okay, this is my township, and here, if you are a tenant and if you are facing an issue, let's say your pipe is leak, your water pipe is leak or gas pipe is leak, for example. So what you will do, you will just call to the developer office, or we may provide some application app to just log in your issue. Okay, so this app we can provide it through Fury. Okay, so what you will do, you will just create one incident, okay, or let's say one defect, or let's say one notification. So when you are creating a defect or incident, automatically it will come to my team who is sitting centrally to manage different properties. Okay, so here once it will come to him, Okay, then he will see to whom exactly it is relevant. Let's say if it is a plumbing work, electrical work, mechanical work, this particular notification or incident will be assigned to the responsible consultant, responsible person, and then that person will visit the site and he will rectify this issue. And once it is rectified, then this notification has to be closed. If any cost need to be added, because let's say some long pipe is broken, some cost is involved there, then again with reference to this notification, maintenance order need to be created. Okay, and once it is created, then this pipe will be purchased or this will be consumed in maintenance. So whatever cost is coming in this complete process, or along with the resource which is busy, which is invested his time to just to do this activity, his cost also will be included, and that complete cost will be posted into my order. Okay, now we are having a scenario whether you want to post it into your rental unit or building or cost center directly. Okay, but this is just one example of facility management, how it works. So this process is completely tightly integrated with REFX process. This is the REFX and plant maintenance process.
So service
Let's say
agreements will also be part of REFX, or else will it be part of CAM?
no, that is a different. Okay, I'm different. This is basically REFX and plant maintenance.
Okay.
Okay, because if you want to just, let's say if there is a uh, let's say if a motor burn, okay, and this is a good amount of like cost is huge, for example. So how exactly you want to manage this cost, whether you want to take it directly into your cost center or you want to just add that cost, it's depend. I'm just taking one simple example. Okay, so that we can manage through REFX and plant maintenance. Directly I'm jumping because I think it's more than 1 hour. Let me jump directly to the dashboard or reports which we are having here. Okay, this is just I'm showing some reports. You are having some standard reports where you can see all the details. Okay, and you can plan your values and you can see all the postings. Okay, this dashboard we can achieve it in BI. Okay, so this is normal. Integration with other module. This we can integrate with FICO as I told. Okay, and this is a CO, this is FI, this is plant maintenance, this is investment management. It's very typical scenario where I've explained in my first slide when we are starting from your pre-investment analysis where it will help us. Okay, then you can integrate with treasury also. But this is the major things which we are managing here: FICO, PM, and PS, and CRM also. And in current system, it's a C4. GIS and CAD system you can integrate. Yeah, so this is what we are having here in REFX. If you have any question, please let me know. I'll try to answer that. Any question, please?
I think there are a lot of
Um,
questions, Shankar. I completely understand. But yeah, I think overall you try to cover what best you could with the limited time. Uh, yeah, let me discuss with everyone internally, and then see how do we take this forward for the next sessions.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Also,
Thank you.
can we have the agenda for next session beforehand, just for our homework? If we get some time, we can just
Yeah,
scroll
Geet, we'll do
through
that
some of
internally,
it.
Geet, right? Yeah,
So how
Geet
this
will
will
do.
wanted to
Yeah.
yeah, so how this will be followed? Actually, I will just make a list of agenda, whatever we need to do in next session. Okay, and all session will be recorded. Okay, and this will be kept in system. Let me just show you our system also. This will help you to just take some idea. 1 second. Okay, so here this is our website, My Bandhu, My Online Education, and here you just need to log in. It will take you to complete Okay, so first once you are registered, okay, you will be able to access this. Okay, and now then further you can access your courses here now. Okay, so here you can see just because I am admin, so it is showing me everything. But for you, it will show only assigned course. Okay, here you can see all the contents. So your all recorded sessions will be there. Assignment will be here. If it is not here, it will be directly given through mail. But I'll try to keep it here. But sometimes if it is not here on this course, this will be directly communicated through mail. So here you just need to click on this particular video and you can play this one. And you can download application in your mobile. So whenever you are traveling or whenever you are having time, you can just you can watch the videos.
So as part of this package, we will get GUI as a hands-on, right? To
Yes,
do
GUI.
right.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
will have system access, you will have study material. In study material you will have BVP, business blueprint. I'll just let you know all this meaning of the document. What is the BVP, what is the FS, functional specification, what is technical specification. Okay, all these things I'll explain, and how exactly it is helping us to approach for any job in the market and or in any organization when you are going for the implementation. Okay, and I'll explain technical areas, let's say how table and all these things works, how you can write a specs. Okay, and how you can understand the specs also. So this part already I'm covering in this course.
Thank you.
So thanks for your time. If you have any question you can. Yeah, thank you. So I'm just stopping the recording. If you have any question we can